Hello, I am Megan Lord and welcome to season 1 of the Wedding Rooms on Air. This is a podcast that myself and Adam, the producer, have brought to you as a library and wealth of information for people who are planning their own weddings. We want to bring together creatives every week who are breathing life into the wedding industry. So follow along with us on your planning journey. Like and subscribe, and you can also purchase our ultimate planning download that takes all of the stress out of planning your own wedding. We really hope you enjoy the next episode. Hello and welcome to the Wedding Rooms on Air, the podcast that guides excited couples through their journey and gives an invaluable look behind the scenes with wedding suppliers. Today I'm very happy to be joined by the lovely Abby from Abigail Maynard Makeup. Welcome.
Thank you.
Got our tea, Abby. We're set.
We are.
We're good to chat.
We're good to go.
Okay, so tell me all about you and how you got into the wedding industry.
So a little bit of a background on me. I actually haven't always been a makeup artist. I was actually in the prison service for 13 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is a pivot, Abby. That is a pivot.
Just a little bit. One day I was walking at work and it's almost like an epiphany came over me and I thought, I can't do this anymore. And literally a couple of years later, I'm sort of trying to find some of the things that I could do in the side along being in the prison service.
Yeah.
And I found sort of makeup, and I have actually been doing that for about 12, 13 years now as well. But it was always on the side and it was never like the real thing. And then I had children, and then I actually, a few years after that, after leaving the prison service, I was like, what am I going to do? Do I make this a career, the makeup? And then I actually got married.
Okay.
Now, this is what cemented that I wanted to be a bridal makeup artist was...
This feels like a story coming up.
It certainly is. How bad my makeup was on my wedding day. Now, I don't even like looking at my photos because I just do not like how I look.
Yeah.
I look like I personally think I look like a drag queen. If I showed you the photos, you probably wouldn't think that. But it was just not me at all.
Would I say no, but with a slightly high-pitched tone, no.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, and it cost a fortune. So
your makeup did?
Yeah, it still cost a fortune.
Wow.
And obviously there's a lot more I could go into that, but I'm not going to sort of say too much about it because obviously other people and whatnot. But yeah, I didn't like how it looked, and it made me think, I could do this so much better. I could have done my own makeup, to be honest, but I wanted to take that pressure away and someone else do it for me.
Yeah.
So I literally had that done and wished I hadn't, basically.
I actually think whenever I have brides who are doing their own makeup, actually the reason that they've done it is the fear of that.
Yeah.
Is
absolutely.
the fear of, especially brides who don't normally wear a lot of makeup. Or they do, and they have a very particular way of doing their makeup. That what you've just described, I think, is why in my experience, they haven't chose to.
Yeah, 100%. So scared of that happening.
Yeah. Whereas when you have someone, it's actually, one of the things this podcast is doing is getting people to think about what areas, what suppliers are important to them, and I think makeup is one that is definitely either extremely high on someone's list or extremely low on someone's list.
100%.
And actually, I think what's this chat has already said to me is it should be higher, because otherwise you can end up with, it doesn't matter how beautiful your photography is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how wonderful the memory is if you're staring at something on your face going, that makes me feel uncomfortable.
It was just so
and you
rushed.
don't want that feeling with your, with your memories. It's not the one.
It's because they forgot to turn up to do my makeup, and basically,
wow.
Yeah, that's why it was all rushed and it was all chaotic. And I just thought, you know what? I could do better than this. Why don't I make brides feel how I want to feel on the wedding day. I want them to feel like themselves, but just flawless and polished and just happy with how they look, and they're going to then radiate that.
Well, and also that it lasts.
Basically.
That it stays,
Yeah.
so that you feel the same at the beginning of the day that you do at the end of the day.
So just going back to like my story, a couple of years later, I was then in a really bad accident. I got hit by a lorry. And at this point, I still hadn't cemented my career as a bridal makeup artist. But when I was in my recovery from the accident, I actually went and found some makeup artists that I absolutely loved. And I contacted them, and we just did some online classes.
Oh, okay.
So whilst I still couldn't like do anything or walk very, very well and stuff like that, I had so much inspiration and hope that I was going to get better. And so, I mean, there's obviously a lot more to the story.
No,
but yeah, that gave me the hope that, you know,
in quite a dark spot as well.
And then like my recovery got really quick, and then that was like 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
So I've been doing bridal makeup properly now for 6 years. I'd say really seriously as a business, probably 4 or 5. Takes time.
It does take time. I often describe it a bit like a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And once you're off the wheel, because everything is so driven by social media and by algorithms. Literally. I've actually been a wedding photographer for many years, but because I had a chunk of time off to raise my daughter, it's almost like all that time as a wedding photographer beforehand was forgotten. Yeah. Because the way the industry works, brides speak to brides, and that's what churns the wheel.
We all need a referral, don't we?
We love a referral in this business.
And that's what's so great about bridal makeup, because ultimately
it's comforting though, isn't it, for brides? You want to be referred by someone else.
You've got the bride, and then you've got all the bridal party, and the bridal party might not be engaged. Yeah. So then when they get engaged, they contact me.
Yeah. And that's and you cannot get a better endorsement than that by literally going, okay, you've experienced how I make people feel and how I make them look, and now you've clocked that and gone. And that's how I've always got my work, is because they see how you are and they go, I want that feel. Yeah. I want that vibe and I want on my wedding day.
This is it, isn't it? And it's like the aura as well. People say that they like my aura, and they feel calm and comforted and well looked after, and that I make them feel amazing. And you can't ask for more than that, can you?
No, it's what you need. You don't want to feel rushed, and you want someone who's got I really like the core of why you've got into the industry is to stop anyone feeling the way that you felt. And that's been such a recurring theme since we've been doing the podcast, is the passion that the suppliers have for just the only thing that matters is making their day, the bride and groom's day, as wonderful as possible. Literally. And I just don't think you should be in the industry if that is not your core value.
100%.
So over the last 6 years and before, there's got to be a few stories, Abby. And do you know what? You're in the bit beforehand, because I'm in that bit too, taking pictures of everyone getting ready, and that's when some of the juicy stuff happens.
I tell you what, juicy wise, it's not necessarily that. It's probably any like that. I don't get bridezillas, so it's not very exciting in that front.
They're a bit of a myth, aren't they? Everyone talks about bridezillas, but I've not had experiences with bridezillas.
I just don't attract that sort of people. However, if anyone is potentially problematic, it's usually family members, because they want to control the bride to do what they want, because they're living out their dream through them. Yeah. But do you know what? It's never like that bad, and I always just have such fun with my girls and boys, because I do male makeup as well. I've done male weddings as well.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah. I'm absolutely totally
just get that flawless skin for them.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, oh my gosh, you contoured me. Wow,
you come every day,
literally. But yeah, it's just making people ready for the camera. But yeah,
I think with the family
always fun.
members, it comes from a good place though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's so much time, planning, money, emotional investment that goes into a wedding day, and they're sort of on the outside and they want the best for that person. So they're sort of got this, it's all built up in them a little bit, and they're trying to
100%. So yeah, nothing crazy gossip wise or anything that comes to mind at the moment. Maybe later.
Okay, it will just pop in.
It will pop in. At 3 o'clock tonight.
You'll wake up. So what about, have you got any big do's and don'ts for brides as they're starting that process of planning what sort of makeup they're going to have, or maybe even actually, because obviously with the makeup itself, that's very personal, and they're going to have planned that extensively with you. What about do's and don'ts in the weeks coming up to the wedding for their skin?
Oh, for their skin. Also, a don't that I would say that isn't anything to do with skin is don't follow trends just because you think it looks nice on social media when it's not you at all. Because what will happen is you'll get upset and then you'll want to go with what you actually want, which is what actually suits you. Yeah. Because you've got all this like nice glass skin and this glowy dewiness, and that doesn't suit absolutely everybody. Yeah. And especially if it's not your vibe, especially if you're just a blush girl or a bronzer girl, going for that glass skin is not going to be what you want, basically.
Trends can be problematic, can't they?
100%.
And I think they sort of dupe people into thinking, oh, okay, well, that's
Hollywood.
It's got to be this. It's very, like the photography at the moment is all very flash gun and like paparazzi and like
very
Vogue. Yeah.
So don'ts in terms of makeup and skincare prior to your wedding. Don't change like certain skincare. Don't go and get facials when you've never had them before. Don't get skin treatments within a certain amount of weeks. A few months, like 6 months to 3 months beforehand, that's fine.
Yeah.
But anything leading up to it, that's what's then going to cause you to break out. This is what's going to then cause problematic skin. When you've got problematic skin, when you're putting makeup on it, you have to change a few things. You can't have like glowy dewiness because it will just exacerbate the issues on your face, and they'll
like a highlighter.
It will be so if you've got highlighter and lots of lumps and bumps on your skin, it's just gonna explode the size of them basically and make them really prominent. Don't pick your spots as well, which is really, really hard, especially the day before or the day of the wedding or a couple of days before, because what will happen is you can't actually cover up an open pore.
Okay.
So if you've got like a bleeding spot or something and it's not completely healed, you're not going to be able to cover that up. It's just going to keep opening up.
What about like really hydrating in the weeks before?
Oh, God,
just
yeah,
going
yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to mentally know to drink like 2 litres of water.
Electrolyte. Just make sure you're cleaning your face properly, using good skincare, not using new products basically that are going to... Don't use new makeup. Don't use new...
Yeah.
As in, like, obviously you can use new versions of what you're already using, but don't use anything new to your routine.
Don't change. Yeah.
Don't change anything, basically.
Okay. I was kind of connected to that a little bit. I actually, in this week, I've got a question for you, because I'm someone who, I got to a certain age, because I am a certain age. I got to a certain age and I just found that foundation just sat on top of my skin, almost emphasised my pores. Like, you know, it's like they had a little flag going, look at this, you know. And I just stopped wearing makeup. Yeah. I just wear a tinted moisturiser, and that was about it. Yeah. And the first day that we were recording, I looked back and went, oh, I think maybe I need to invest in some makeup.
Stuff, yeah.
So I took the plunge and went and got some, like, you know, some good skincare and expensive quality makeup, because and
that makes a difference tonight.
It does.
It really does.
It does. It has made a big difference. But because I haven't worn makeup for a number of years, I'm finding it really hard not to touch my face.
Of course, yeah.
And also my eye keeps watering.
Hang on, that's a top tip. don't touch your face when you've got your makeup on.
Yes.
So transfer onto your skin.
And I'm like sort of just trying not to, but I can
It could be that you've actually got you're like reacting to the chemicals in the products, or it might be that you've brought your makeup too high to the eye line, and it might be in the eyes basically.
It's probably from the eyes. More likely to be that, because I'm not used to doing it, and I've maybe sort of pushed it up too far. But that's something that I think, you know, if you've got a bride who doesn't wear makeup normally, but they feel like they should on their wedding day, that's
why a trial is so vital,
right?
So that we can, if there is any potential problems or sensitive skin or any reactions, we're going to get them in that. But the products I use generally are non-problematic. They're not going to cause, and I don't think I've ever had anyone say they've had a reaction to anything.
If someone doesn't normally wear makeup and they're scared to wear makeup on the wedding day, but they're also worried about the pictures and worried about not wearing makeup, what would your advice to them be?
Honestly, find a makeup artist that can specialise in natural makeup like myself. Because on a serious note, if you look on my profile, you can see that there's people with very, very natural makeup, and it's actually quite a difficult art, because you've got to be so precise with the colour matching of everything and making sure that it's all blended. And that's the key to bridal makeup, that you've actually got it all blended.
Yeah.
And I would say just find somebody also that makes them feel comfortable and listen to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time they're worried that they want this thing, but then the makeup artist will do something else.
Yes.
You've got to find somebody and speak to them that they are actually going to listen to what you actually want, rather than doing what they want and thinks what suits you.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is, I mean, we want to give listeners an idea about costing. So we will talk about your costing and industry costings in a second. But understanding costings to you as well as a supplier, because I think often people think, oh, I'm paying them X amount of money and they're therefore making all of that money, but it's not the case, because of all the costs that go into it.
I just spent £1,000 this month on foundation.
It's a lot. So understanding a bit about the costs that you incur. And I think one of the things that's really interesting with makeup, and I remember being worried about this when I was a bride, is having to pay for a trial. So, because in your head you go, well, if I pay £150 for a trial, what if I don't like them and I don't use them and I've just wasted £150? But then equally from your point of view, you're still using that time and that makeup. So delve into that a little bit for us.
So the whole thing with the pricing and the trial thing, I'm actually going to be changing the name of a trial to a preview.
Right.
Because when you book me and you secure your date, I don't get trial to be booked.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
yes.
Now I will actually explain that to everyone, because some people might think, oh, that's not fair. I've got over 1,000 posts on my Instagram page. You can get a gist of what I do from that, hopefully. So don't think about it as you need a trial. You're booking me because you're booking me. So when
it's
people
a good way to think about it,
they're booking they pay a deposit to secure the wedding date, and then that does get taken off the balance at the end. That's due like a month before the wedding, if we're going to get into real details here. So they basically, there's enough information on my Instagram, website, Facebook, anything. I'm award-winning in multiple different things for my makeup artistry, so you can see whether you like my style of work or not. So if you don't like that, there's loads of other makeup artists around there, but also if you do, there's plenty of inspiration on my Instagram page for you to be able to know that you like my style of makeup.
Is that like, do most makeup artists sit in a certain style rather than saying,
I'd say so.
You can go, I can do anything that you want?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I can do all sorts, but I specialise in bridal makeup, naturally enhanced, just you on a good day. I know that's cheeky, but it is what it is. People
are you popping taglines in, Abby?
Yeah, I am. So basically The preview, it's not a trial to trial if I'm good for you or a good fit for you.
So mentally, they've already booked you.
Yeah, booked me.
And now we're...
Yeah, and I've only maybe in the last 2 years, I think I've had one person ask for a trial to then book me. And I said, I'm sorry, that's not something that I do. Because what happens there is your date will go. Someone else will book it that wants to book me.
Yeah.
So it's wasting my time, it's wasting your time. So yeah, I don't get trialed to be booked.
So that's interesting. Like, do you think, where do you financially sit within the industry then? Because a lot of makeup artists I know do trials and it's charged that for a trial and then that on the day. So do you think once you get above a certain point,
I do,
you then stop doing trials?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done ever.
So you've never worked that way?
No, never worked that way because, again, what happens is it's potentially a lot of time wasting on both parts.
Yeah.
And also...
Psychologically, I think that's hard for a bride as well to sort of spend that money.
I think, though, they know that they want to book me.
Yes.
When they are booking... They know the rules and regulations and all that, if that's what you want to call it. So so they know what they're getting into. A lot of people meet me at wedding fairs. We have a really good time together, chatting, having a little laugh. They can see all my photos of my brides, and they're like, "This is what I want to look like."
Yeah,
and they'll pick one up.
And maybe social media will change that
100%.
completely for the wedding industry. And I do think that would be. I remember that being uncomfortable for me when I was a bride, and I think maybe, and then we'll talk later about industry trends, but maybe that has changed that structure for makeup within the industry.
You know what? One thing that also sticks in my head, I was speaking one day quite a few years back to a florist, and we were talking about the whole trial thing. And
they have a similar situation, don't they?
She goes, "Well, I don't get trialed."
Yeah.
You can see that I've got beautiful bouquets, and I was like, "Oh my God." And then I just switched everything. Even though I was already doing it, it cemented that I was actually fine doing what I'm doing, and this is how I'm working.
Maybe it's just like a flat line of having the confidence to say, I don't do that. I have the confidence to know, because you do have some florists who will preset and show you, and then you have some that are just like, no, you give me a rough idea of what you want and I'm going to do it.
Imagine the cost though that a florist would do
insane.
to try and do all of that. And then, but yeah, people don't ever have an issue with it. And I think and the person that did ask, could they have a trial? There wasn't an issue. Like, they understood it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fine, book you instead.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, brilliant. That's what we want.
So where do you think the industry, there's so many different packages and things like that. So let's leave that aside. Let's just talk about the bride's makeup for now, because I think otherwise it's going to get like a maths lesson and confusing.
Yeah.
So where do you think the industry goes from and to approximately for bridal makeup?
As in like how much you could charge, do you mean?
Yeah, like if a bride was looking, from the bottom end to the top end, how much do you think they would be looking at for someone doing their bridal makeup?
Well, the thing is, there are makeup artists out there that are charging over £1,000 for just the bride.
Yeah.
For the makeup, and just that for the hair as well. So you're looking at £2,000 just for the bride. You've also got people that are charging 40 quid, 50 quid for the bride.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing.
It's a huge spectrum. Yeah.
It's huge. And I can only imagine they're not using high-end products, or they're not insured, or I don't know, they might be insured. I don't know how how could you survive on charging £40 for a bride?
Yeah.
And 35 quid for the bridal party. I do not know.
Whereabouts do you sit within that spectrum?
I'm luxury bridal, so I'm nowhere near the high end, and I'm not the bottom end either. So, but I'm not in the middle either. I'm under the middle.
Okay. I am looking to you, our followers, to help us. We are set out on a very exciting new project, and we need your help to find a very deserving couple. The Wedding Rooms podcast has always been about trying to help couples, help them plan their weddings, and this is a massive extension of that. We have managed to find and give away an entire wedding day. I'm talking venue, DJ, videographer, photographer, details, catering, and so much more. This is all being given, and we want to give it to someone who is truly deserving. So we are looking for your nominations. We want to hear about people who really deserve this break, and it could be about work that they're doing in the community. It could be about someone who has had a really tough time in life, and now this is something that they just deserve to be given. The most key thing and factor is that it needs to be a secret nomination. We do not want hundreds of people out there who are very deserving disappointed because they didn't win. So we are looking for you to secretly nominate friends, family, colleagues, people in your life that would benefit from this massive, massive, massive gift. Send your nominations to megan@theweddingrooms.uk. All you need to include is your name, the person you're nominating, why you're nominating them, and a way for us to get in touch with you, and we will get back in touch. If you don't know anyone that you wish to nominate, please share this podcast. Let's spread this around. Let's find someone and make a magical, magical dream come true for them.
So I can totally see that if you're, say, for example, from the lower end to someone that's approximately mid to high in the industry, your main difference is going to be product, it's going to be equipment,
100%.
It's going to be experience. What do you think then is the difference between someone like that's where you are in the industry and then the people that are charging £2,000? Is there another level of product, or is that then just about brand and demand?
100% brand and demand, and usually these people will probably be doing celebrities as well.
Okay.
And
So status as well.
high-end magazines, and everyone's like, oh my God, I want this person because they're doing this, that and the other, because there's just as good as other makeup artists not charging that amount.
Yeah.
Do the same exact quality of
And
work.
they've worked extremely hard to get that brand and that status. 100%. So, but I do think that seems to be recurring, that, you know, you get to a certain point in the spectrum and it is like you're gaining in experience, you're gaining in talent, you're gaining in equipment, you're gaining in all these things. And also trust that they are spending the costs that we all incur, like insurance, like your products, like these things that are going out, like marketing, like all these things that we're all paying out for. And then you hit a certain point, and then beyond that, you know, the talent, the equipment, the experience is the same. And now it's just about the fact that they've built that status and that brand. And so therefore to have them, you need to pay.
When anything's in demand, you can charge what you want, can't you, really?
Yeah.
It's 100% marketing, it's 100% branding. A lot of it comes down to social media following as well. And like, have they got a big following? And I don't know, they just seem to be able to charge it and people will pay for it.
Yeah.
Because if you want what someone's got and you've got the funds for it, why not?
Yeah, and I genuinely think that these people have worked so hard to get that, then absolutely fair enough.
100%.
So now that we sort of have understood prices a little bit and how it all sits within the industry, something I'm asking all my guests is, say a bride would like to book you.
Yeah.
You're already booked.
Yeah.
Can't clone yourself.
Okay.
So you're out of the equation. And they are now going to go off and find themselves a makeup artist, and you want to arm them with the tools to get the absolute best that they can get. What would you want them to go and look for? What would be the red flags? What would be the green flags?
Just prior to that, because obviously I would recommend other people as well, but if they were so desperate that they wanted to learn my style, I'd actually sit and do a one-to-one masterclass with them.
Okay.
So they could learn, especially when you've got brides going abroad and they don't want to pay for all the costs of you travelling abroad, because people do want you to go to destination weddings as well.
Yeah.
But some people might just want to learn the top tips so they can go and do it themselves. If that's not what they want, then I would literally recommend, there's certain makeup artists that I'd recommend, basically, that are the same sort of style as me. So before do's and don'ts, I'd then recommend other people.
Yeah.
And then I think do's and don'ts, obviously, they've got to check out the social media, have they got good reviews? That's a really good one. Hitched, I use Hitched. I'm like award winning with them. Award winner. And it just goes to show when you've got so many 5-star reviews or Google reviews, which, by the way, don't look at me on Google because I haven't set that up yet. Just go on Hitched. Go on Hitched and you'll see every single one.
Avoid Google.
Yeah, don't go on that. But yeah, they read the reviews and basically book me off the reviews as well, because we do that with everything, don't we?
Do you know what? It's so true. But also my brain was just sitting here going to the fact that I'm not brilliant at social media.
Okay,
I'm not great at it. And I think if someone looked at my social media, they might not know. And I guess that's on me, isn't it?
You're so good.
I've got, well, I am. But I've not necessarily got as many reviews and things on there. And that is on me. I need to put it out there so people can see it. But there are artists out there like myself who aren't great or a bit behind the social media curve, especially like the lovely Adam who's working with us, who's over there and out of sight. I found out yesterday just how much younger he is than me.
I know.
And so he's grown up with social media, so he's got that and he understands. And whereas, you know, I was back in the day where your pictures are in a shoebox. So it is, I think it's all about getting to know your supplier, isn't it? And really getting to know them. And
so in that respect, I am a recommended supplier at a lot of venues in Northamptonshire. A lot of bridal boutiques know me, recommend me. Oh my gosh, there's loads of places that recommend me.
what would be a red flag then? If they went to see another makeup artist, what would you want them to look out for to go, ooh?
Yeah. I would say probably things like what's their communication like with you, especially if it's not face to face. Yes, we're all busy. Yes, wedding season is absolutely insane, but you can still message somebody back.
Yeah.
And if they're leaving them for weeks and weeks or a month, which you see all the time,
Really?
that's not good.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
So I would say definitely the communication is key. And I do have to say it. Yeah, I think they do need to be present on social media because otherwise it's like, well, do they exist?
Yeah.
Are they actually there? So I think for me, that would be the biggest red flag, that they don't get back to you, especially when you're trying to speak to them.
Do you think it's appropriate for brides to ask what brand of makeup do you use?
Yeah, that's fine. I always get asked that.
Yeah.
So if you want to know,
Yeah.
I use.
What do you use?
I use NARS.
Yeah.
I use Chanel, Dior, Bobbi Brown, Charlotte Tilbury, MAC kind of lipsticks.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. Why do you use a spectrum?
So over the years, I've obviously figured out what works with each other. Now, not a lot of brands, products work with each other's.
So I guess they don't want to, do they? Because you want them to use the whole...
Yeah, so Charlotte Tilbury, not all Charlotte Tilbury, sorry Charlotte, I love you, but not all of your products work together.
Right.
Does that make sense? So the same brand and stuff doesn't work with each other. So I found what works. And that takes a long time to figure that out.
That's experience.
It's trial and error as well. Still now, like you think, oh, shall I go and try some new different, all these nice Giorgio Armani blushes and that white Yves Saint Laurent blushes because they're absolutely gorgeous. But then it's just like, what's that phrase of, don't fix what's not broken.
Oh, yeah.
And then it doesn't maybe give out the right look that you're actually after.
So you found the system.
Yeah, I found what works for me, basically. That's the one.
Stay with it. Just before we go on to I wanted to ask you a bit about industry trends. We talked a little bit about that earlier. So just ones that you're seeing at the moment. And I liked your advice about being wary of feeling compelled to go with a trend. But I just wanted to chat to you because my little girl was so excited about today. She's 7 and she has recently become obsessed with Glow Up.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Glow Up?
I have, but I've never watched it. Unbelievably,
How can you
I
never
know.
watched
Do you know what? I just
a
can't
little bit of
sit and watch TV. I think that's my problem.
Okay. It is definitely a guilty pleasure,
Yeah.
but it is super interesting, and it makes you realise just how many jobs are within the makeup
Oh my gosh,
industry.
so much, yeah.
Like, there is so much there. To the point that she's got me to print out the little faces, you know, like where one eye shut and one eye open.
Yeah.
And she has to like do briefs and design like creative briefs.
So cute.
So she was like, I was getting ready this morning and I was putting my blush on. She was like, I'm just going to check your symmetry, mum. And like,
Brilliant, good girl.
so is that stuff like, having had my eyes open to all of that, do you do things like the like online tutorials and the sort of videos sort of giving people tips and
So yeah,
is that something they can follow you for?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people follow me for my tips and tricks. Abigail Maynard Makeup on Instagram. Tick. Yeah, I show people how to do brows, how to colour correct under the eyes, because the main issues people face, I try and do videos on.
Yeah.
Things like, how do I make my bags disappear?
That is mine.
I've got some of that on there.
I have spent years with bags because I've always had insomnia. And yeah, it's actually recently got better. So that's helped. But I've never found a concealer that doesn't almost emphasize it a little bit or make it look worse.
You've got to correct before you can conceal.
Oh.
Yes. So I use
How do I
Bobbi Brown
correct?
corrector. So you need like a peak, for my experience, and this is what I do, I find a peachy colour that's sort of not too far down the shade of your actual normal colour.
Yeah.
And then I basically counteracts the blue, purple, green in the inner eye, and that's what makes you look knackered.
Yeah.
So you put it like in the middle, in the sort of just by the tear duct, like on the skin, on the nose.
Do you literally mean a blusher?
No, a concealer. A corrector, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So Bobbi Brown corrector.
I've never even heard of a corrector.
Yes,
I didn't know they
there.
existed.
And then you put concealer over it so it matches so it's like a shade lighter than your actual foundation. Or a little bit. It depends how light you want under your eyes.
Now I've got to go and get a corrector.
I know. You can get it on Look Fantastic with my code LFTF Abigail May.
You've done this before.
I haven't, I promise.
She's literally like, mic drop. So what trends are you seeing in the
So
industry
at the moment,
makeup?
this year is properly minimal makeup. Like no skin, no makeup.
Yes. So
Which
looking like you don't have any arms.
And I'd say that takes about 26 products to achieve. It's quite hard to achieve, but you can achieve it. But you need to use a lot of products to achieve that, which is just insane.
List for me, Abby. How many products are we talking about?
26 to 32 products probably for a no makeup look.
And what are they? Like, I don't think I know that many makeup products
things
exist.
like NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. It's all like using natural versions of certain things. Like NARS do quite a few different coverages of foundation, so you've basically got to use the sheerest of all of them.
So you just build it up slowly.
Literally exactly that. You wouldn't do things like contour. You'd find very sort of like nice bronzers and blushes that are just so natural looking. It's a nice trend, but you've still got the glass skin, and that's all to do with all the Korean makeup and all the Korean skincare as well. Yeah, amazing.
I see those
It's amazing,
masks
though.
everywhere. Do they work?
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, they're really, really good.
I really want to buy one, but I'm scared of getting one that just doesn't because they're expensive.
Yeah, Korean skincare is just so nice. Other trends, the Hollywood trend is still, the
what do you mean by Hollywood
the
trend?
old money look. It's like the waves and the sort of very natural makeup with red lips and stuff like that. So Hollywood glamour is still very much in my eyes of what people are asking for. People are going for more not shimmery eyes, shimmery champagne eyes. They're going for more matte eyes and more sort of like different light browns on the eyelids.
How often do you find the trends change with it? Does it sort of tend to stay around for a couple of years?
I'd say so, yeah. I don't think they change every year because it takes a while for things to become the trend.
Yeah.
For it to then
To
not
filter
be
down,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
exactly. So it takes a few years to get to that point.
And do you think it's no different to fashion with makeup
Yes.
trends, as in it starts with what is the makeup artists who are doing London Fashion
actually
Week are
do think
doing,
so, yeah.
and then it trends down.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Pat McGrath, oh my God, I love her. I actually think she's from Northamptonshire.
I'm pretty sure I've seen her on Glow Up.
She is amazing. Her makeup is just incredible. It looks amazing. But she does a lot of the glass skin.
What do you mean by glass skin?
So like literally clear, dewy, glossy skin.
Okay.
I'll have to show you a photo of.
Yeah, I don't think I could achieve that with my skin.
It takes a lot of very specialist.
Do you have to have young skin to achieve glass skin? Like,
probably.
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Definitely helps. You can do anything on any skin.
But I just feel like if I tried to do that on my skin, because it's a little older and it's got pores, I feel like I would just look sweaty.
No, I think the thing is, as we get older, we do need to look after our skin properly, and a lot of makeup looks amazing when you've got good skin prep.
Yeah.
If you've not got the good skin prep, your skin's only, your makeup's only as good as your skin.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hearing this. I've been hearing this. I heard this when I went to the shop the other day, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should. Because she was like, what is your skin prep? And I was like, I wash.
I would say basics are face wash, eye cream, serum, face cream, or if you don't want the serum, just face cream.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to have a 10-step skincare to achieve nice skin. That is not true at all.
Well, I mean, I've always been about. I literally wash my skin, moisturise when I think to. Like my mum buys me a really nice moisturiser at Christmas, and then I get it the next Christmas because my moisturiser lasts me an entire year. Yeah, because I don't remember to put it on.
Yeah, you've got to, because it's just too dry otherwise, and then your makeup won't sit properly if you don't moisturise properly.
I think because my skin doesn't look dry, I don't think about it, but it is dry because the makeup can't sit on it, sort of thing. So I'm on it now, Abby.
You are.
I'm on it. I'm on it now because I'm on this and I'm looking at my face and going, okay, let's do so. Is the stress of planning your own wedding overtaking the joy of planning your own wedding? In an ideal world, we would all have a wedding planner, but that is not always possible. So what we've done is created a digital download with an extensive set of tools packaged into an effective PDF, all in one place. You have spreadsheets, budgeting tools, trackers, pie charts, so that you can follow along the journey, see where your money is going, see what has been organised and what is still to be done, helping you with all the organisational stresses. Then you have a whole set of tips for a stress-free wedding. These have come from inside intel from industry suppliers to give you help, to give you some knowledge as you go along your journey and on the day. It also has a whole set of templates. Now, these are on a Canva, a free Canva account, so there's nothing that you need to sign up for. But as you click on the links, you can handle your stationery, your invites, your save the dates, your on the day signs. You can handle hen party games. Everything can have the colours changed, the fonts changed. You can do all of that. All the hard work has been done and laid down so that you can go ahead and get creative. And as you go through this journey, if you decide that you want that little bit more help and that little bit more support, you can pay for us at the Wedding Rooms to do all the changes for you. This is something that takes all of the pressure out of planning your own wedding and is a neat little package. As a subscriber of season 1 of the Wedding Rooms on Air, you can currently get the download for £67. So either go directly to the website www.theweddingrooms.uk/buy or click the link below to get your download today. One industry trend that I've noticed as a photographer recently is the makeup artist staying to do an evening look. Yeah. Is that something that's starting to happen recently?
For me,
has that always been there?
Yeah, I think it's always been there, but it's, maybe been for, I don't know, celebrities and things like that. Or, people that are going to be
But that's starting to trickle down.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So especially if it's a really hot day.
Yes.
So I do 2 touch-up packages. One is 5 hours after the ceremony, and then so I stay for 5 hours after the ceremony, and the other one is where I stay until like the first dance, and that's where they might want to change the look, or if they
take it to an evening eye, or
and they can
do the lip.
They often also want to get their hair changed as well. That's usually when they're going to get into another dress.
Yes, I've
don't
seen
usually
that
stay in
much
the
more
same
recently as well.
All the time, and like people are putting anything on because they just want to be comfy for the rest of the night. So
And I get that, but there's also that part of me is like, you spend so much money.
I know, it is mad. It is mad.
I couldn't imagine taking it off, but I did have, I mean, I was lucky because my hairdresser was also one of my best mates. So
Handy.
he was there anyway, drinking with us. So just before the first dance, he like took me outside and just unpinned all my hair, got me to chuck my head upside down, shook it, and was like, "There you go."
Yeah, nothing like that.
So it was
but
good.
also when it's really hot and people are sweaty, you know, your makeup can move. There are so many things I do to make sure the makeup does stay in place.
Do you give them any little bits?
If a touch-up kit as well.
Yeah.
So that comes into the pricing thing as well. Like
another
certain
cost.
things that are included. Like there's no hidden fees with me.
Yeah.
Everything is included basically.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry. You've done it. Now you know you've got someone. I think that's a really good way to price, and I think that's something I'd always recommend to bride and grooms, is if the price is low.
There you go. That's a good point. Going back on the don'ts.
Yeah.
Don'ts. Just make sure what the makeup artist isn't like, oh, by the way, and this is on top.
Yeah.
And this is on top. And this is on top. And this is on top. So they might seem really good price. And then it ends up being more than what I cost because they're charging so much money for the lashes and this and that and the other.
Little bits like, you actually want some foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awkward.
Yeah, do that.
What do you see like coming in the future for makeup within the industry?
I think it's just going to stay pretty much the same, but I think it's going to be, there's going to be even more demand for it as social media grows and people's appearances are vital to them, especially in their, you know, their, what do you call them, in their photographs and all that sort of stuff. Wedding makeup, you mean, I'm assuming?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really interesting because you're obviously in it and living it, and you feel like with social media the demand's going to climb. I was wondering, I know I've spoken to a lot of suppliers over the last couple of years, and there's been, the wedding industry has slowed because, and I think that's obviously cost of living.
100%.
You know, it's so difficult to go, okay, can I spend this on this day, but do I want to do the day without having it how I want it? You know, it's a real, that sort of, it's almost like the whole thing of financially there's a never good time to have a baby.
Never.
Financially there's never good time to get married because these things, you know, cost money. Do you think that's something like the cost of living is affecting, you know, something, I can't get my words out, having your makeup done? Do you think that's a luxury within the packages? Do you think that's now becoming, because certain suppliers feel like, you know, they're the suppliers that people go, well, I don't necessarily need that. Whereas a photographer, generally people are like, I need to have a photographer. I've obviously got to have a venue. I've obviously got to have some food. There are things that, no matter where your budget lies, that are required. And do you think makeup is becoming more of a required,
more vital?
100%.
I mean, when I got married, like, no, most people did their own makeup, didn't they? No one sort of did it, but now everyone wants a makeup artist and a hairstylist, and actually a lot of the time I'm getting booked before, and they're asking me, am I free in like 2 years time, because they want to have me on the day, but they need to check whether they've got the venue.
Right.
Like, I think it is.
So they're booking you before the venue. That is a huge compliment,
isn't it? I'm like, are you being serious? I love you. So I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger for makeup artists, but it's always really busy for a makeup artist in the bridal industry. well, I find that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing.
Do you find yourself traveling quite far for weddings? Like, do you ever do destination?
I do, and I've got a few next year, which is so exciting, and I'm so grateful.
Where are you off to?
I am going to France, Greece, and I can't remember the other one. I think it's Italy.
Yeah.
I can't remember at the top of my head right now. There's so many. But yeah, it's exciting that it's because they know you and they trust you and they want you to do it, because in different countries, the styles are so different.
Yes. And that's a big thing when you're doing a destination wedding, is like, what suppliers do I bring with me and what do I use sort of out there? And you're right, I guess makeup especially is like country to country, like we all have different like styles of doing things
and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think,
Harder to do your preview,
yeah.
not trial,
I like it.
with your makeup artist if they're already in the country.
This is it. And also, I don't think when you really look at it, properly into the cost of everything, it's not really different than putting you up in a hotel in London the night before and paying for your travel to London, because flights are so cheap.
Yeah. It's true actually.
It's not as crazy or as bougie as you might think it is.
That's a really good way to describe it, because that you know, that's something people are like, I'm flying everyone. I'm flying my makeup artist out. Oh my god.
Loads of people do it. And it's really exciting. But generally in the UK, I don't need to travel that far. But if someone books me, then yeah, I'll go to them, like Essex, Manchester, Leicestershire, I don't know, anywhere. But generally,
Do a lot of people book
So many venues there.
their bridal party
Yeah.
as well?
yeah.
Is that quite common? And do you find what is a percentage of people, like, do the brides feel like they have to pay for the bridal party, or do the bridal party pay for themselves?
So it's a complete mixture of, I think it all depends on funds. If they can afford
Yeah,
it,
of course.
they generally pay for it all. But most people can't, because it's like your hair, your shoes, your jewellery, your makeup and everything. So what happens is, I say to the bride, if you are wanting a certain like uniform look, I think it's right that you pay for it.
Yeah.
If you don't care, give them the option.
Yeah.
And if they want to pay for it, fabulous. If they don't, fabulous.
Yeah.
They've made that decision.
That's a good way of thinking about
Yeah.
it. You know, and that, I guess, is whether that's all about the photographs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where if you want a uniform look with the hair and the makeup, and I have seen that a lot as a photographer, where the makeup artist or the hairstylist is sort of having a power struggle with maids of honours and brides and grooms, because they're like, I just want you to do this, and they're like, but the bride wants it like this. So
it's when they want a red lip and the bride's got a red lip. You're like,
no, you're not allowed a red lip.
and they're the ones that don't book you because they want to do their own makeup because they want to wear the red lip. And you got to go, come on, no, this is their big day sort of thing.
Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna speak directly to the camera. Bridesmaids, maids of honours, remember whose day it is. Remember.
It's not yours.
No. It will be yours.
Yeah, one
Just
day.
not today.
So that's how I look at it. And also, they can, if they want to, but you can tell when they haven't had it done professionally in the camera.
Yes, I did. One of my friends, I've been lucky to be bridesmaid a number of times, and it's a lovely honour. And I've always taken real pride in being bridesmaid. And I was bridesmaid for a friend who really invested in their makeup artist. And I think she was the first one of us that did.
Yeah.
The rest of us had maybe, had, a makeup artist or what have you. But she was the first one who really spent money on a makeup artist. And when I sat down, she sort of said to me, is there anything that's sort of concerning you? And I obviously said, my bags.
I think everyone does, don't they?
And she put a special effects makeup under my eye.
That's cool.
To cover the bag. and then like did the makeup on top. And I swear to God, she took 10 years off me. And I was just in the mirror for ages looking at my makeup and going, Alex, I look better on your wedding day than I did on mine.
I know.
Oh, no. Actually, did Alex get married first? Yes, she did. I'm being stupid.
Oh, my God.
But again, I didn't think about booking her makeup artist because she was from down south and I was in Northampton, whereas I should have. Maybe that felt bougie to me at the time. It was 10 years ago and it felt...
It's not now. It's
No.
very, very, very normal to...
If I'd thought of it, I loved how she did my makeup. And no, the lady who did mine did a lovely job, don't get me wrong. But if I'd thought of it, I would have booked her because like it just didn't move all day. And that's a paranoia of mine.
I'm with you, as in like booked her for your wedding day.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't have even thought to.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to, I would have just, it just didn't enter my mind to not book someone local.
People, if they see you, they're like, oh, I get a lot of, do you travel to this place, or will you travel to this country, or we did blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, of course. Obviously there's a travel fee, but it's not crazy or anything like that.
No.
It's just normal sort of mileage just to cover it all.
It's been so lovely having you in today, Abby. Is there anything I want you to give us a little bit of information about how the listeners can get a hold of you and find you?
Yeah.
I think they might already know. I'm not going to lie.
I've given you a few little hints along the way. So Instagram is my main baby, Abigail Maynard Makeup. I think I've said that a few times now, sorry. And that's basically where you can contact me, you can chat to me, you can see if I'm a fit for you. You could follow me just to get inspiration and advice and tips and tricks and stuff.
Why do you think Instagram's your main one?
Most people come to me for.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think maybe
Is that demographic or age?
Or the reels and the venues that I get tagged in and people sharing my stuff. It then, like a photographer might share my work because I've worked with them, and that brings more people to me.
Yeah.
Okay, when everyone's tagging each other and sharing each other's stuff, all of a sudden you've got this whole new following and network of people that are contacting you, whereas I don't really do as much stuff on Facebook.
No. Do you use TikTok?
Not really. I have got it though.
Yeah, because I'm wondering again whether that is... Yes. And I'm thinking, I don't want to insult you, but I think we're a similar age. I think. Ish. Tune in next week.
I'm 37.
Yeah, I have insulted you. Sorry.
Oh. What, am I 20?
But I think, I can't. I'm exhausted. I don't think I can get on. Like, I've got to try and master TikTok.
Yeah, no.
And, so maybe like that's about the demographic of brides who are finding you. Or maybe Instagram's more universal. I think it sort of spreads.
I know I get a lot of people follow me off the back of reels and off the back of venues accepting collaborations on Instagram. And that just opens up a whole load of people for you. It's crazy.
It does. As much as there's like having... social media is something that is both a negative in society, I think, and also just an amazing positive.
Yeah.
It just like, especially in industries like this, it just breaks it all open for people, doesn't it? It breaks it all up for brides and grooms to really kind of go, right, I don't need to feel scared about booking you because, as you said, it's all there for them.
Yeah.
It's all there, all exposed.
This is it.
All open.
Yeah.
No hidden costs. No, you can't turn up and do a bad job because you can see.
This is it. Also, with my Instagram, it's not just makeup. It's me as a mum. It's me as a person. It's me.
Oh, okay.
Every
So
life
it's your
going
personal and it's all mixed into one.
Yeah, so Abigail Maynard Makeup is literally my life. Everything that I do. Not absolutely everything, obviously, but everything. And then people get to know my personality.
Yes. Which I guess is a massive assistance.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I get I think they're just... Well, I get a lot of viewings, so they must love it.
Do you know what? Thank you so much for coming in, Abby. It was really lovely to meet properly, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. This podcast is brought to you by myself, Megan, from The Wedding Rooms, and Adam Rust of Influence Productions. You can find out more about us in the bio or on the links below. But to sum it up, we are basically a wedding photographer and wedding videographer who enjoyed being their right-hand man and woman to their couples to such an extent that we've decided to go away and make a podcast for them. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for making us part of your journey, and we hope to see you on the next episode.